have you been feeling exhausted and drained? You ever feel like you're not hitting your goals, or you're not doing the things you're meant to be doing, or you can do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is and what you can also do about it. Obviously, we all fall victim to feeling exhausted and drained, and it's because there's something we're not doing each time. And then on top of that, in today's video, I'm also going to tell you what you should do that is a bonus, and the bonus is the game changer. So make sure you stay till the end of the video. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to give you the goodies. So the reason that you feel exhausted and drained is because you're not giving yourself time to rest and ground yourself. Now, at first, initially, I didn't really understand this concept. Obviously, we're taught to just be a powerhouse and just power through, our work and the things that we need to do and our goals, which, ideally makes sense. And it is true, we are meant to power through our goals and work, because there's going to be days you don't want to do it. But we're never really told about rest. We're never really encouraged about rest. And also, rest kind of is frowned upon today from the masses. It's not even mentioned. In fact, sorry, I don't mean frowned upon, it's not even mentioned. But resting and grounding yourself, two different things, but very, very key. And obviously I fell victim to this because I've just been powering through, doing work here, work there, work here, work there, and not taking into account rest and grounding myself. The reason why rest is important is because, let's say you go to the gym and you work out, I don't know, your biceps, for example. I haven't been working on my biceps as much, but it still looks good. Thank goodness for that. If I work out my biceps, what happens to the muscle? Obviously, it's basic science, but the muscle rips. And when it rips, it regenerates, but it regenerates over time. But time is needed for it to regenerate in order for it to grow at its best, right? So let's say every day I went to the gym and every day I trained my biceps seven days in a week. That's not giving it any time to rest. Obviously, that's the reason why when you go to the gym, you train one set of muscles one day, another set of muscles another day, to give the muscles that you just trained time to recover. But we also need to do this in our daily life. The goals that we're trying to reach for, the things that we're going for, we still need to take into account rest. Now, I'm not saying, okay, do one thing one day and then don't do it the next day. I'm just saying, take into account that idea of, okay, there's a rest day for this thing that I've been banging out. And it doesn't even need to be the whole day. It just means it needs to be like a set allocated time where, okay, you know what, there's this time for rest. Now, the second part is grounding yourself. And the way I like to look at grounding yourself is basically trying to, get yourself ready to go again. But to get yourself ready to go again, it doesn't just mean you just power straight into it again. It's basically, the best way I like to look at it anyway, you get present and mentally get ready in whatever thing you're doing. So let's say we're about to go for a race. Let's say I just finished doing a race, and it was the heat. So, let's say I got 3 races in a day and I do one race. I don't just go straight into the next race. I have to get myself mentally ready. So, okay, there's a new race coming up. Okay, how do I feel now? What can I do to, win this race, to do the best I can in this race? That is basically what I consider as grounding yourself, getting yourself mentally ready to go again. And this is important because when you think about it, even in the animal kingdom, let's say a predator was going after its prey. Even before it goes after its prey, you can see it's grounding itself. It's getting ready, right? It's preparing to start the chase, to start the, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with us. When we're going to smash out our goals, when we're going to do the things we need to do consistently every day, we got to ground ourselves to get ourselves ready to actually catch our prey, to smash our goals, to achieve the thing that we're meant to achieve. And yeah, now this is the bonus one, which is the most important thing. This is probably on my channel, this is just so important. Like, this is so important. I can't stress this enough. After giving yourself rest, after grounding yourself, you have to then give yourself feedback. You give yourself feedback. The best way to do this is you look at what you just did. Let's say previously you trained your chest in the gym. This is just in simple terms, right? You trained your chest in the gym. You did certain workouts. Let's say you did this workout and you felt more of a pump on that workout for your chest. You did another workout, you didn't feel as much of a pump. You didn't think that was effective, right? So you take all the stuff that was effective from the list of things that you worked out on that day, and then you say, okay, I'm going to focus on these things, and then I will focus less on the ones that weren't as effective, right? It's feedback. But let's say you didn't give yourself feedback. What you would do, which is what most people do, is you would just take everything you did one day and then do the exact same thing the next time, which sounds like, okay, yeah, at least I'm being consistent, but actually you're sacrificing and kind of being less efficient because you're not really improving as efficiently as you could have if you gave yourself feedback. And it's the same for your business. It's the same for everything. This is with everything in life, even your relationships, right? Don't just come out of one relationship and think, yeah, the person's all to blame. You know, I'm moving on from that now. That's not going to happen again. Ask yourself questions. Where was I accountable in this? What can be different in the next relationship? And this is with everything, right? I'm not even just talking about relationships. So feedback. On my channel, in a previous video, I've spoken about how you need to write out what happened, why it happened, and how I can prevent it from happening again, or how I can replicate it to happen again, right? That's so important. Feedback, so important. If you stay towards the end of the video, congratulations, you have some very useful information now, right? So you rest, you ground yourself, you give yourself feedback. This is how you power through and how you stay consistent and as efficient as possible. And this is what's been helping me. And it's also helped me times where I've kind of fallen off, right? And I didn't know why. This is what I realized that I needed to do. I needed to get some rest. I needed to ground myself. And then I needed to give myself feedback. Or, you know, rest. And whilst you're resting, to be as efficient as possible, you rest and give yourself feedback at the same time. And then ground yourself. That's more efficient. Yeah, that is way more efficient. So you're ready to go again. Cool. So yeah, thank you very much for staying tuned into this video. If you enjoy this content, if you want to join the journey with me, I'm on my own personal journey. And if you know you feel like my journey resonates with yours, then please, by all means, like this video, subscribe, and yeah, I wanna talk to you guys down in the comments. If you're watching this and enjoying this content, talk to me, please, down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Thank you very much, guys, and until the next time.